Gentleman from New Mexico, Mr. Pearce, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam Chair, for being here today. In a Wall Street Journal article from August 25th, 2011, the article discusses the SEC questioning oil and gas companies about fracking, and the SEC's comments in that article. And Mr. Chairman, I would request unanimous consent to place this article into the record.
Without objection.
But in that, the SEC is saying that the questions are directed to minimize the environmental impact, and that's according to copies of the letters that you all sent. So my question is, under your watch, are you going to continue asking such questions?
That's an area I have to say that I'll probably have to get back to you on. I'm not familiar with what the history on that has been, and I certainly would commit to get back to you on that.
Now, I appreciate that, but in the hearing on September 15th, 2011, the SEC chairman promised to get back to me on, I would guess, at least 5 different things, and I'm still waiting. My ears are just delicately waiting for even a phone call.
Just hold me to it. I mean, I will get back to you on it very promptly.
Is it possible that we might deal with some of the questions that are raised in this hearing on September 25th, 2011?
I mean, I haven't seen what that is, but yes.
They track along the same way.
Surely.
So basically, this idea that the SEC is interested in what people are doing to mitigate environmental impact, that's a curious thing. I can understand the rationale, because if you're messing up the environment, then you will be subject to lawsuit or fines or something, which would affect the stock price. So I follow the rationale. So I guess the SEC has one of the other questions I'm sure you'll have to ask the system, but have you ever asked anything with regard to the killing of bald eagles or other migratory birds? We have 2 acts, the Migratory Bird Treaty Act and the Golden and Bald Eagle Protection Act. So my question is, I know you've asked questions on fracking, but have you ever asked any company regarding wind energy if they are involved in the killing of these species?
Certainly not that I'm aware of. But
you see the discontinuity?
Yes, I take your point.
That you have an interest in the environmental impact.
Yeah.
And with the things that are happening in the IRS right now, it gives one pause to say, are you only concentrating in the SEC on those conservative organizations? Are these Nixonian tactics spreading across from the IRS to you? Because the Fish and Wildlife Service has yet to convict anyone. BP paid $100 million in fines for killing birds in that spill. Exxon killed 85 birds and paid $600,000 fine, but this administration is doing 0. They haven't fined any wind company, and the estimates are that the wind companies kill 530,000 birds a year. And in fact, the golden eagle is diminishing in population in parts of California because of the wind generators. And so your agency has been asking questions, and I will take it that it's your responsibility. But if your agency has not also been asking questions parallel to protect the environment and protect the species of other laws, then I think that we have a right to question whether or not your agency is being used as a political tool by the administration the way that other agencies appear to have been used. And we look at the AP scandal. This administration is appearing to get a scandal a day. But please understand that if you're going to question one group of companies on their environmental impact, that you must also ask the other side of the political equation, if there is a political equation in business, about their environmental impact and their impact on endangered species. Is that seeming credible?
Clearly, I need to look at the specifics of these particular issues, but I will say this. The SEC is an independent agency. I think,
The IRS is too.
Well-
We've been told that in the press just the last couple of days.
and my experience with the SEC has, over my career, has been that it's a very apolitical agency. I have no reason to think they're not on this, although I obviously am going to look into these specifics. And I can also assure you that
My time has lapsed before it lapses.
that
Mr.
I'm
Chairman, I
also
would request unanimous consent to put this other article from the dispatch there. I'll submit that.
Without
Yeah, she can.
without objection.
And I would just add that I'm a very, very independent person also.
All right. I
Time of the
appreciate that.
gentleman has expired. The chair now recognizes the